My man. Sick.
How you doing, man?
Oh, nice, mate. I didn't know you were going to be on tonight. That's ideal, mate. Class. I'm doing really well. How are you?
Good, good. Ready to chat this?
What's happening in sunny Sunderland, my man?
Oh, nothing really, mate. Nothing much at all, to be honest. The same usual stuff, like. I've
Fantastic.
just been chilling. Aye.
Well, sorry, we're gonna reboot the show again because the first time we tried to call you wasn't really working. So, welcome to the show, everybody. I don't know if you've noticed, we've got the mighty Rourke in the hot seat for Warren, and we've got the world famous Cull Eleanor on the line. What's happening, brother?
Nice, mate. Nice. It's good to be on. Nice to hear from you, man.
Fantastic. Um, Dude, obviously, straight into the chaos. Post Bellator Dublin, brain scans, all of that, man. Just for if there's someone listening that doesn't know what's happened, just kind of run us through from your side the whole story that went down there.
Right, right. So, I did the original scans when I first signed EFC. I fought Gareth Bursky then continued fighting for EFC eventually. Then I signed to Bellator. When I had my first fight with Bellator, they requested that I have another scan or or check any other scans if they were in date that they would clear us for. So I tried to get the scans from when I fought Gareth Bursky, and all I could ever get was just the report from it, which was the review of what the images show on the scan. So it's basically like just in writing what the images are supposed to show. So I give them that, and then when I fought in February, they cleared us for that. So then this time around, the fight in Dublin came around, and then every time you fight in Ireland, it's mandatory that you have to get a brain scan. Like even if your other one's in date, you've just got to get another one. That's just the way it is. So I give them the review, and then I had to book another scan. So I went and did my scans, and then it was about 5 days after I did my scan, I got a phone call from CFMMA, who's the organisation that like works with Bellator, like the doctors and stuff like that, and they basically said like something had flagged up in my brain scans that they weren't happy with, and that they needed a neurologist's assessment and a clearance letter. So I booked a neurologist, like kind of like a review to go and speak to him, show me scans and stuff like that, and get an assessment. I went to a really well-known guy who'd kind of worked with a lot of fighters before as well, so he knew exactly what kind of things he was looking for and what was like essential and what I could be passed for and stuff like that. So I went there, and straight away he basically just told us this whole like ridiculous amount of stuff like about how I should retire and how like he wouldn't even take any more punches to the head at all, and just went into like massive detail about how bad my brain scans were, saying that like it was like the same, my brain scans were showing exactly the same as what somebody's would be if they just came in from a bad car crash.
Jeez.
The progression in my brain damage. So basically, what he said was in the review from 2017 to me scans now, there's been like huge like leaps ahead in damage to how much I've had. Because in 2017 it said I didn't have any black spots, and also there's like I think it's 1 in 6 people in the world are born with this gap in their brain, but
Mm.
by the time they're an adult, they lose it or something like that. And in my scans in 2017, it says I didn't have this gap in the brain, but then in my 2019 scans, it said I now did. So he was saying like all that from trauma is like really, really bad news. It's like the start of like brain illness. I could end up like with any kind of like conditions. They kind of used Muhammad Ali as reference, saying like this is the way that it's gonna go. It's like this is what will be for you, and it's not a case of what might happen. He's saying this is what will happen if you keep training and spawn and stuff like that. So I was like, oh God, you know what I mean? Like, so obviously all that aside, and he's telling us that he'll not sign it, and I offered to pay him for just a signature, just short of the fight anyway, and he wouldn't do it. And then I left there, and then I got home, and then I kind of like let them know because they wanted to know what the doctor said. Obviously, thinking like, oh, is he going to be cleared now? So I let them know what he said, and I said, look, like obviously, like what's going to happen because I want to fight. You know what I mean? I've killed myself. Like this is my life. Like I've been told to retire. What's going to happen? And kind of like saying like, oh well, we don't know. You might be getting pulled. You might not. This, that, and the other. And it was like, wait. like it was just time was going by and we didn't even really know what was going to happen, and then like obviously I kept trying to get these images, because that was the doctor had written on the side note like the only way that anything could be possibly sorted was if I got these images. Um, and he said even if you got the images, it's highly unlikely that the doctor is going to fill the sheet in wrong, and so it was basically irrelevant anyway. But he said that's your like thingy. So that's when I contacted. Well, I tried to get the images, and I was failing just everywhere. Just seemed to be like just a dead end. And then that's when obviously I contacted you, and then spoke to you about it, and you went to the lab and got them, and then that's obviously I don't know whatever kind of thing you had with them when they were sending you to telling you a different person was off today and then this one was going to sort of this, that, and
Yeah.
the other. But eventually, when we got them, I got the images, so I sent the images straight off. As soon as I got them, I sent them straight off, and it was the same night I got a phone call saying off the record we can't tell you this like officially, but what it's looking like is that the doctors have actually like it's either they've lied or they just have completely missed all of this like massive stuff on your brain scans, um, and they've not put it in the report. So rather than like just saying whatever I had in 2017, whatever if it's damage or whatever it is, with it regardless, like they could have just said that on the sheet, but instead they'd never, and they said none for everything. So it looks like from 2017 and now I've had like this huge like leap forward in damage in my brain when realistically it was there in 2017 and I've had fights since then and it
Yeah.
hasn't changed. So anyway, so he tells us unofficially this is what it's looking like. I can't give you a definite yet, but this is what it's looking like. So kind of like keep your head up. There's a chance like one day you might be able to fight again, kind of thing. So I just left it, and then like every day I was like checking my phone, worrying like couldn't even like I'd had the worst like week and a half ever anyway. Like constantly just on edge, just hating it, devastated about my fight and stuff like that. And then it was kept checking in, and then it was about 4 or 5 days after I got a phone call and it just said, "Look, like officially, wouldn't tell you now. Like you're going to be cleared to fight again. You can fight again in the future. Like your brain scans haven't changed from 2017, and they're saying it could be something that's happened to you before you did that scan or something that you might have had from birth. So." So you fought 5 times, I think it is now, since I originally had that scan, and basically saying that it hasn't changed, so you're at no further risk, is what they were saying. So what they're saying is now is I can now compete again, but just with regular scans to make sure all the
Okay.
stuff on my brain's not changing.
So you would almost have to go for like a scan before every fight to be cleared.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Okay.
So these guys were making assumptions about your brain scans without actually seeing the images from the one in 2017.
So basically, the doctor was saying like basically he looked at the new scans and that was it. Like, because obviously all I had was the other report.
Yeah.
So the report,
So
so the report
there
was
was no
saying.
actual images from 2017. It was just a report, and everything had been cleared. There was no damage
Hmm.
found or anything like that in the report. So Carl
Hmm.
used that report to be cleared, and then eventually, when they did the scan, they were like, "Look, but this report and the scan are conflicting, and if this is right, it means in the last 18 months, 2 years, your brain has deteriorated rapidly." But shout out to Vochi here, the hospital, who obviously either are blind mice or just didn't know what the fuck was going on. So yeah. So
It
what?
cost me the biggest fight in my life.
Yeah. Shout out. Thanks, Volker Hevel. We appreciate that. So you obviously you put a statement online that a fight's being lined up. You can't say much
Mhm.
at the moment, but you're going to be
Mhm.
competing again soon. What
Mhm.
what happens? What has happened with Bellator? Like, obviously, it's in this industry, it's an amount to show and an amount to win. So theoretically, you didn't show. I'm guessing there's zero payday for you now after going through that full camp.
I'm not sure, mate. No, I don't think that's going to be the case at all. Like, I think they will look after us a bit, like as well. And I've got some big lined up as well. Like, it's hard to kind of speak about the whole thing without giving too much away. But
Sure.
it's going to work out really well for us because, like, obviously, like I know that's a nightmare, and I killed myself. And that's the best shape I've ever been in my life. Like, mentally, physically, like I was ready for that fight there, and it kind of got took away from us. But everything happens for a reason, mate. And now it's kind of worked out for the best, really, because I've just landed in a position now where I've got something huge lined up, and it's going to be really, really big. Like it's going to be exciting. And I was supposed to be doing a press conference on this Monday coming, but they've cancelled it. So hopefully they get something lined up soon, mate, because it's killing us not being able to announce it. You know what I mean? I just want to get the ball rolling again and just get straight back in the gym and get ready for it. So hopefully it's something that'll be coming out soon enough, mate. Aye.
And just from a mental perspective, like being motivated to fight again. Obviously, it was at the point where basically your entire life, your entire body of work, what you do for a living, your love for the sport, for albeit a few days was taken away from you, and then like, okay, sorry, that was actually just a mistake. How does that leave you feeling mentally now preparing for a fight? Does it make you hungrier? Does the brain stuff still like play in the back of your mind, or where you at, bro?
Right. So originally, when I first heard all this, like it was kind of hard to take in because like it's all I've really ever known fighting. Like I don't see myself like maybe in the future doing other things, definitely, but like for now, all my aspirations are just literally I just want to fight. You know what I mean? I want to test myself against all these like top names. And when they said that I couldn't fight anymore, I just couldn't kind of like get my head around it. It just didn't feel real. Like I didn't think like that. My last fight was my last performance, and that's me done. I just couldn't understand it, and just it did just brought it. I was but like on a really really low point. Like it was crazy. The whole fight camp was just cursed. Like at the start of the camp, I lost my gran. She died, and then all this stuff was going on with the brain scans. And then the day of the fight, my mum went into a coma in intensive care and just everything. So everything kind of like hit us at once. You know what I mean? So it just really really brought us down. So I was just really struggling with that, like, and kind of felt like, I don't know, I just kind of felt I was a bit like, I don't know, I just put it all on myself, you know what I mean? I didn't really talk to anyone about it, and I just locked myself away into a little, like, kind of like little hole, and just like kind of just dealt with it in my own way, you know what I mean? I haven't really done much since then, and then obviously once I know I was cleared and all that, and I was going to fight again, it just more like now, like I just cannot wait to get back in the gym and start getting the ball rolling, you know what I mean? I was just gives me second chance, you know what I mean? It's a little while away as well, so it's got plenty of time for us to just like ease my body back in. Because although I didn't fight there, like I put my body through hell, you know what I mean? Like my body's sore and stuff like that. So I just kind of like I'm just gonna let myself heal right up and just start getting ready for this one like 100%. But as far as like anything with my brain and that goes, I just feel like I've been given a second chance. So this is like this. I just feel like it's meant to be, and just it's just going to motivate us even more to kind of to get it now. You know what I mean? I know what it feels like to feel like I'm done, and that I know now, like when have got this second chance, that I'm a million miles away from being done. You know what I mean? Like I know how much I actually want to fight, and I think that's the difference. I think a lot of time when people's got fights and stuff like that, or professional fighters, they do it in the kind of like the half in and half out. You know what I mean? It's such a hard lifestyle to keep, but I genuinely just like 100% like there's nothing else I'd rather do in my life than actually like have a fight. Like now the way I feel, and I just like I feel like I've just built myself up to this point now where I've worked so hard to get where I am now and fought all over the world and just did whatever I could to get here. Like I never knock a fight back, no matter who it is. If they send us any name, I'll do it. You know what I mean? It's so I feel like this is just my chance now, like to really like have a proper go at it. You know what I mean? I'm 28 now. I just feel like to have these big name fights now and breach the mainstream market, it's the perfect time. I just feel like all the like stars are aligning properly for us to just break into that kind of world rankings. You know what I mean? And be a proper name. So I'm just gonna give it 110% and just put me full life into it. Like, and it's if anything, it's really motivated us.
Fantastic, brother. Well, I, for one, am super glad that this is all cleared up and we get to see you back in action.
Wouldn't be possible without you, mate. Seriously, mate. I owe you big time for that.
Anytime, brother. You know that. But I mean, it's a great division there at the moment. I mean, James Gallagher in your absence looked great. He pulled off a very good submission victory. South Africa's France Mlambo also got a good victory. So the boys are coming, and that bantamweight division is stacking up quite nicely, which is super exciting. And hopefully we get to see you get a big name again in a big setting.
100%, it's a big one, mate. I can give that much away. It's gonna be big. Like that's one thing I can say. It's gonna be a big one for us, definitely.
Have Bellator let on at all that you might get to face Gallagher in the future?
Well, it's more so like they haven't really said much about like that kind of thing. It's been more so like back and forth. Like I've said like I'd like to fight him. We've both trained for each other, both said some shit about each other, so we both kind of got that kind of build up about it, you know what I mean? And I know he wants to fight me, and I know John Kavanagh was saying like I'll make them nervous and stuff like that, and I'm a tough fighting. So I know he wants to run it back as well. So we'll see, but see what happens, you know what I mean? But I'm just I'm game to fight any of them, you know what I mean? So just see what happens, and we'll see what comes out soon.
Fantastic, brother. Hopefully we can hear that news soon and welcome back, I guess. You never
Definitely,
really left, but welcome back. We'll be super stoked that we're going to see you back in there, man.
Cheers, man.
All the best. Thanks for your time, brother. We'll chat soon.
Cheers, man. Thanks,
Ciao,
lads.
man.
Nice one, man.
Thank
Cheers,
you, brother.
man. Catch you
Ciao.
in a bit, boys.
Ciao.
Bye.
Cheers, man.
Bye.
I'm gonna do my job from this seat over here. Can't even see the screen. We should move the screen closer over here. How do you guys see this?
It's quite hard from there.
Why don't you just tell me? I can zoom in. Look at that.
Oh, look at that, bro. It's about
How's
actually.
that?
Hello.
Hey, Wade, what's happening?
Good in yourself, man.
100%. We're rolling. It's Big Al, and we've got Rourke sitting with me. How you doing, sir?
What's up, man?
Hey guys, I'm well, thanks, man.
How's
Awesome.
Cape Town looking, bud? Is it rainy, cold, windy? What's happening? All of the
Today a
above.
little bit of sunshine and a little bit of drizzle and a little bit of cloud. You know how it goes, yeah?
So just the average Cape Town day, really, eh?
Exactly.
Mr. Gespe, what's happening, man? We obviously we've been chatting back and forth trying to get you on the show. Hungry, looking for a fight. So what's happening with you, man?
I'm always training, always excited to get back in there. So, I was hoping to get on this previous card. That didn't happen. So I'm looking forward to getting a call for December.
Okay.
So yeah.
You say you were hoping to get on the previous card for December. Who have you got in mind? But obviously it's quite a wide open division at flyweight. There's a lot of things happening. An overseas based champion guys coming back. So just like off the top of your head, who would be the fight that you would want to come back to at the moment?
Look, I think Coach Matt and I, we were aiming for Reuven, but he chose a different fight, I think. But yeah, that was the other guy, and then I think Super from Durban. I don't know, Super's his nickname, but I can't get to his name now. But kickboxer as well, nice and tall. Everyone's tall against me, but yeah.
From Durban, but trains out of House of Tinkerbell.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
So yeah, those are kind of like guys that we had in mind.
Okay.
But yeah.
Zamo. Okay, fantastic. And obviously you're saying you're trying to get fights up here in Joburg. How frustrating has it been for you as a Cape Town based fighter with the EFC going through some troubles, just trying to consolidate and now sticking up to Joburg? How tough has that been for you guys down in the Cape?
It's very frustrating because I love fighting in Cape Town. My family, my friends, supporters out here. So, we got a good support base here in Cape Town. And, coming down to Joburg or going to Pretoria, people might have heard of us, but we're not, I'm not a household name. So, we don't kind of carry those kind of names. So, but then again, once you're in the cage, you got a job to do. But obviously disappointing not being in Cape Town.
Sure, man. well, obviously we get to see you perform, and then those of us that follow you on social media see you swinging a couple of lightning sticks around around that green field. I think they call it golf or something like that. So you're obviously a busy man. But just where I want to start is how did you actually get into MMA? Because you're a physiotherapist by trade, am I right?
I am. I'm a physiotherapist. Yeah.
Okay, so you can work on yourself. Does that work? Or not really?
If only, man. If only. That would be the dream.
Yeah. So how did you get into MMA? That's what I really want to ask.
I used to play volleyball.
Volleyball.
And volleyball, short guy. I used to play volleyball for South Africa,
quickly.
believe it or not.
Okay.
And then that quieted down when I moved up to Joburg because of work, and just because of, I wanted to stay competitive and things like that. I just walked past the gym, saw a couple of guys hugging on the ground, and I was like, what's this all about? And then I tried a free class. Luckily for me, I walked into a gym with a good professor, Vikas Swart, one of the referees at EFC as well, and he basically took me under his wing and showed me the ropes of jiu-jitsu, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. Someone thought it was a good idea to add punches into that, and I was smart or silly enough to agree and say, let's give this a go, and it just snowballed from there.
Fantastic. So Rourke's just pulling up information like he does. Where did the nickname Hell Monkey come from?
Oh my! So that's not my nickname.
You better speak to some dudes on the internet about that.
Yeah, that's not my nickname. I'm like, what's that? I've seen that. Someone asked me that before, and I'm like, what? I have no idea. To be honest, I have no idea.
So they just kind of gave it to you. So you earned it. Really, is what happened.
I probably choked someone, and they thought like I climbed up the back like a monkey, and So
that is one of the more interesting ones I've seen. That's epic.
Yeah.
Okay, so fantastic. So you kind of just walked in. You were at Tap Out at the time, picked up some jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
got convinced to fight, and then did you have a longish amateur career?
I actually like I said, it was just like a bit of a roller coaster for me. I think I started jiu-jitsu in 2014, like mid-year. I had my first, I started training like after a year in MMA. I had my first fight in July 2016 or June 2016. And I turned pro in November 2017.
Cheapest.
Sure.
So, yeah, so I had they threw me in the deep end. Yeah.
But
so.
you had, we were just looking at this, what like 8 or 9 odd amateur
I think I
fights
got
there?
7 or 8,
7 or 8, yeah.
amateur fights. Yeah.
So
So a lot of them was at the African Open, the IMF.
okay, yeah, there.
So yeah, so like like every day a fight kind of a thing.
Okay, nice. And then the decision to turn pro. Were you studying to be a physio at the time, or how did that work?
So no, I mean I was a qualified physio when I took up jiu-jitsu, when I took up MMA. So it was basically just something to to be competitive in, like
Okay.
I just have I have to compete. So it was just something to keep me busy and keep me active. And I never thought I'd be a professional at it. So it just happened. Someone thought I was good enough, and I gave it a go,
Are there any guys on the EFC roster in the flyweight division you'd like to fight?
You just went through that, boy.
Yeah, I mean, he said
Yeah,
Ruben.
I'd like to fight Ruven and like Super. Those are good fights. And look, I'm new at this game. Basically, with the years that I have behind me, I'm new at this game, and I'm not stupid. I know there's levels in this game. So I'm still growing as a fighter, and like my coach Matt says, like it's a business, and you can't just throw your record around. You're growing, so you got to be smart about it as well. I want to be the best. I want to go in the cage knowing that I'm winning. Even though it's a fight game and anything can happen, but that's what I want.
Yeah, you got both your wins via submission. I see Ruvan also most of his wins via submission. Who do you think you could get the better of him on the ground?
I think I might be a bit more athletic, so like if it comes down to scrambling and things like that, I might have the upper hand. But hey, he showed hands in the last card, so I gotta keep my hands up.
Yeah, he got a good KO there.
Exactly.
I think that's actually Ruvan's obviously on a bit of a tear in terms of like EFC landscape. So I don't know where his head's at, but I think that's a cracking fight. In fact, that's a really really good fight. Graham, I know guys listening, so that one's for free.
Yeah.
Wade's basically sold that fight for you, so
Hashtag that's for free, Graham.
Hashtag that's for free. So get in touch with Hell Monkey and get. I
don't know who they're gonna get to, but okay.
Bro, I think you should just embrace it. Like, get the t-shirts, caps made, Hell Monkey, and just roll with it. I think it'll be sick.
Yeah, they went from the bull to the monkey. I don't know how that happened, man.
It's so awesome.
And we've seen on your social media you've been working some boxing with Matt. Is that something you're focusing on quite heavily now, or are you still keeping it balanced?
Look, jiu-jitsu is my foundation, and I'm always going to be working on that, always trying to level up with that. But I mean, like with Coach Matt, everything's just fitting. We get along so well. He kind of tailors my style of boxing now, or how he trains me with stand-up, into kind of getting into the pocket, working for takedowns and things like that, and playing around. And I get to spar like professional boxers. Most of the time I'm a bobblehead, but it's good training.
Aren't we all, buddy?
Yeah. But then I'm like, I'm still like working on my jiu-jitsu, taking a few classes or one-on-ones at Renzo Gracie, working with guys like Dean Borchard and Martina da Silva. So, I'm staying true to what brought me to the party,
Okay. Great stuff, man. And obviously, when we take a longer look at your division, what do you make of Jake Hadley, a guy who arrived, was probably considered to be quite an underdog, facing a guy like Zulu, gone on to win there, went to Bellator, got a good win there. So what do you make of him as an opponent? Obviously, it's in your division, it's the champion, so you've got to look up at that guy and kind of see what he's up to. So just give us your thoughts on him.
Yeah, I think he has amazing fight IQ, man. Like, I won't lie, I was on Zulu's side during that fight. I thought it was going to be a bit of a wrecking ball type of evening for Jake. But, I mean, he came out, he knew what he had to do, and he executed, So just his way of sticking to the game plan and adapting where he needed to. I mean, after being dropped, I think in the first few exchanges, to kind of recompose and, stick to his guns and get the win and become the new champ. I mean, that takes a lot of heart as well, not only brains. So, yeah, he's definitely going to be a force to be reckoned with,
100%, man. Well, brother, thank you very much for your time. I think that's all we have. We're hoping we can get you some momentum and get that Ruvan De Beer fight. I'm now very excited about that fight, so I hope that gets made. So, yeah,
thanks.
Dude, all the best. Good luck. Thank you for your time, and hopefully we get some fight news from you soon.
Sure, guys. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you, brother. All the best.
Sure, guys. Have a good evening.
Stay safe there in seasonal Cape Town, brother.
Cheers.
I will, man.
Ciao.
Cool.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Did you say cheers, Hell Monkey? Yes.
You have some respect, sir. You have some respect.
That's actually his nickname, El Torito.
Yeah, El Torito, yeah. But
Yeah,
Hell
that's
Monkey's pretty legit, I'm not going to lie.
That's actually an interesting division. You got, so like, no offense to the guy,
Boy,
but
just
like,
pull up that AU, let's just check it out. Yo, carry on.
like he's
Cool.
riding 3 wins, but I'm not sure like Fafa's the guy, I
Dude.
think someone like Wade, someone like
Look, the fight at flyweight. So let me get you some backroom chatter. The fight that's being spoken about at flyweight is Jake Hadley, Lutando Biko.
makes the most sense. Yeah.
That's the fight for me. Can you imagine Lutando Biko at flyweight? I have some reservations about it. I mean, that dude's. I don't want to say he's a small guy, but
Yeah.
he's small in stature, but he's thick as all hell.
Yeah.
So I don't know what a depletion down to flyweight and coming up to high altitude does for him.
Didn't he fight BK at flyweight?
No, it was a bantamweight fight.
Was it?
That was a bantamweight fight. Yeah, that was short notice on his debut.
Yo,
I'm pretty sure there was a bantamweight fight.
Well, I think if he can make flyweight, that guy will be an absolute beast at that weight.
So Chris Bright was kind of suggesting that he gets there with ease. And they've been proposing it for a while. They just haven't been getting the fights. So now, and I mean, did you see Jake Haley tagged me in that thing? Who's the fight? Biko or I think it was Fafa who he was asking. I'm not too sure. Fafa for me, like I understand, like you say, like he's on a streak, but
It's like, yeah, like I don't know. It sounds crazy. I don't know how he's on that streak. He got that, obviously, I don't want to say lucky, but he got that his last
yeah,
one
there was nothing lucky about that.
with a bit of a
Yeah, dude, like
controversial manner.
It's a weird one because like Fafa's just been, with all due respect, it's just kind of been sliding through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you wanna see Fafa, if Fafa has what it takes, let him fight Zulu Boy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If he can get past Zulu Boy 100%, then let him fight for the title. But in the meantime, let's see some action there. And fuck, bro, Jake Hadley, Lutando Biko gets me very excited.
Yeah. And just setting up some contenders in that division. Isn't Ashiashu right there as well?
Right there, dude. So you.
He's got a loss. He's actually got his debut loss was against Fafa, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right,
So
actually.
run that fight back.
Yeah.
Set up a number one.
There's definitely
contender.
some options there at flyweight. Flyweight, bantamweight looks pretty good. There's a lot of good fights to be made there. BK, that's a rough gig on the first fight.
Sure.
eh?
Decide
what
to
it
make
says
your
on-
debut. Here
yeah.
you go. Here's
Yeah,
BK.
135.
A bantamweight.
Yeah, I remember that.
He's fought all the way from bantamweight,
To featherweight.
lightweight. This one was at 161. I don't know how that works.
that's,
Oh, no, wait, sorry,
it's
I'm reading a
different
card,
fight.
yeah.
Yeah.
He never
Yeah,
fought at
he's-
161.
he could have competed at 3 different weight classes: flyweight, bantamweight, and featherweight. I mean, that dude was like manhandling dudes at featherweight.
Do you remember what he did to Gonzalez?
Yeah,
It's
dude.
scary. And that dude was what, like
7
a
foot
lot
12.
taller. A lot taller.
7 foot 12 next to Biko, at least.
Yeah, I think the flyweight and the bantamweight divisions are pretty stacked at the moment. Keep making good fights there.
So, boy, we're just waiting for you to turn pro now. You can get in there, and we'll call you Not So Hell Monkey.
I don't know when that's going to happen. Jeez.
Not So Hell.
I'd
Did
love
you
to jump into that flyweight division.
did you see the UFC on the weekend?
I actually haven't had a chance to watch it. It's been a hectic weekend.
That's
I
disgusting.
actually woke up
in
early.
between the Maldives and all of that hardcore stuff, you know.
Woke up early on Sunday morning because we had the grappling comp and we had kids to get weighed in. But woke up, as I turned on my phone, like the stream, it was on the main event. I was like, sweet, I'm gonna go make coffee. When I get back, I can watch the main event before I leave.
Were you making?
Get back, there was post-fight interviews already. I was like, oh, this is sad.
Yeah, dude, it was ridiculous.
Whitaker came out hard, but I think
Like, I don't know. Like, it was always gonna be interesting to see what Whitaker showed up, and fuck, dude, and like, and after the first one, I was like, okay, cool, this is gonna be an interesting fight. Until he got tagged right at the end, and I was like, he was quite badly damaged, because he just didn't have that same spring in his step. But
Yeah.
Israel Adesanya, just like a whole new beast, just arrived.
he carries that confidence. It's like the kind of confidence you see in people like Anderson Silva when he was in his prime. You know, there's this like same as
so
with
many similarities, dude.
with Khabib. They carry this like confidence that like you can't
Yeah.
really put a finger on it. It's just they know that they're the best.
Yeah, he was just like, I've been a fan of Israel since like he arrived. You know, I'm not gonna say I was a guy who watched all these kickboxing fights, because I'm not a liar. But from the time he arrived, and knew like, yes, this dude's like, he's legit. You know what I mean? Like, his stand up's fucking really good. He's really technical. He's flashy. He's exciting. And like, even I think we were saying when you're like, you're brave picking Adesanya, and you guys all went Whitaker, and I'm like, my heart says Adesanya, but like in the back of my mind, I'm like, I think Whitaker will get it done, like a 5-rounder, you know, like a split decision. That's the way I saw it.
I should have picked Adesanya.
But
I
dude,
went 2-2 on that main card.
and then he just fucking, just a whole new animal just arrived. It was so hectic. It was just a completely different animal. And I think it was quite funny, because a lot of people had said like, he doesn't have the knockout power and shit like that. And I think that was like one of his first things. He's like, yeah, where's my knockout power now, kind of thing. And like jumped up, flipped the bird at Boricina. Was like, fuck you, mate, it's on.
The only thing is, does he get it done versus Paulo Costa? Because
I think it's a perfect.
stature-wise,
Yeah, I think it's a
slight
perfect matchup
difference.
for him, bro.
Yeah.
So like if you kind of picture like John Jones. John Jones has always done really well against big hitters like that. They pick them off. The same like Floyd Mayweather. Like anyone who's like a wild hitter like that, he does really well. Just the technical ability to be in and out and tire them out. I think, to be honest, I feel that Adesanya will stop Paulo Costa like late in the second or third round. That's the way I see it going, because you'll completely tire him out.
Yeah.
Because you see like Adesanya's his head movement and like lower half body movement, it's ridiculous. It's just like off the chain. You know what I mean? And you know Paulo Costa's going to load up and he's going to like really extend and he's going to get tired and he's going to get caught on counters. You know, and that's the way I see it. Look, that being said, it's one of those guys that it's like one shot and smell you later.
Put you
style
in the
bender.
grave.
Look, also I meant to say, full disclosure at the beginning, I don't know if you can see, but my shoulder's pretty jacked up. Had surgery on Tuesday.
We did chat about it, but then you deleted it.
And I have been dealing with pain with cannabis oil, so I do apologize if I start speaking nonsense.
What wasn't it? It was, you were telling us one of your previous podcasts. You hit what you thought was cannabis oil, and
yeah, I won't say who it was, but like halfway in the podcast, the cannabis oil just started to rock my life. It's like whoosh, 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 whoosh. Exciting times, man. Fucking exciting times. It was very, very, very hectic. But yeah, dude, it is what it is. Surgery's no joke. Just think about that poor kid whose ankle broke. He's got to get his shit fixed up.
Yeah, I think he went and hurt himself even more with those crutches, apparently. You already busted up. Now you're going to go stuff around on your crutches. It just seems like a bad idea.
Yeah, dude, that's never ending. Eh? But that's jiu-jitsu, bro. Like, you can't complain about it. You knew what you signed up for.
Yeah, flip. Also tap.
Yeah.
Like, there was another dude this weekend who went to sleep. Like, it chokes a little bit better. But, like, I don't understand at what point you think.
Dude, listen.
Like, someone gets something on, right? You know when something's on.
Listen, I've been in 1,000 submissions, and I've never gone to sleep. I'm not a hero. What do I need to go to sleep for? Where are you going to go?
The only time I've been to sleep was Warren choked me out. Because I got my hands... my fault. I got my hands trapped in my gi. So he choked me out, and he thought this guy's just being resilient. And meanwhile, I was dorsing for a while.
Speaking of dorsing, did you see Mzwandile Klongwa's fight? I'm guessing you didn't see that either, because you didn't see Adesanya versus Whittaker, the biggest fight in history.
I didn't need to see. I just saw... Well, I did see parts of it, but I heard he got smashed.
But it was, and it's exactly what, like we said, was going to happen. You know, that's just what's going on there at the moment. You know, you listen to the wrong people in your career, and that's what happens. And I'm not... So I took a bit of heat from I can't remember the dude's name, former fighter. He's like, well, that's a bit unfair. Like, you're painting a picture, because I said he was completely dominated.
Yeah.
Which he was.
Yeah.
He was completely fucking dominated. From the outset of the first round, I think he landed maybe a inside leg kick and then was dominated. The dude took him down. He had zero answer off his back.
Would you understand with Halber, though?
Yeah. No, but that's exactly it, though. That's exactly it. When when you're being honest with yourself and your team's being honest with you, and you're saying, listen, mate, you cannot go to the ground. That dude had zero takedown defense. Zero. Nothing.
Yeah.
There wasn't even an attempt to like get his hips below, to try and get an underhook, to try and do anything. There was zero attempt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? When he was flat on his back, you could see in his face he had no clue what to do. He wasn't even trying to like improve his position. You know, maybe he was, and I just didn't see it. Maybe I'm being too harsh, but
he's training out of Junkyard, right?
Yeah.
Does he still live in Durban and travel up here for
So
camps,
listen,
or?
this is going to be, we have to clear this up, because yes, he's training out of Junkyard, but from what I could see from social media point of view, he only got there like just before his fight camp would have started, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot prepare that in a fight camp, because before he was wherever he wasn't training at Junkyard. You know what I mean? So you can't say, oh, it's Junkyard's inabilities. That's unfair.
What I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Living
So listen, if I'm Klongwa, and I'm going to carry on fighting at Brave, you know, like the problem with that dude is that that was a terrible matchup for him. He was used as, that dude was one win away from getting a title shot. He's a big name. He had Alex Gustafsson in his corner. He comes from All Stars. You know what I mean? Like he's a big name for Brave, and they want him to fight for the title. So Klongwa was just in the wait for a W. That's what it was. And not to say that he can't beat him, but that's how the game goes. There's levels, 100%. And I'm not saying Klongwa will never be a world champion anyway. That's not what I'm saying. But he needs to get there.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. And you can't take a guy. And I mean, like, the dude's got a vicious KO. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make him a superstar. It makes him a highlight reel. You know what I mean? There's a difference. A highlight reel and a superstar are very different. You've got to talk and you've got to back it up. Very simple. And unfortunately, you know,
it seemed like from what I watched, there was no preparation really for that guy's wrestling. There was
nothing, dude. Maybe there was, but there just wasn't enough time, or there wasn't enough wrestling experience. Well, we saw the wrestling coach, Mr. Olympian, in his corner. I mean, he didn't even know how to drop his hips like at the double leg. You know, when the dude shot the double leg in the second round, he literally picked him up, dragged him back to his corner, dumped him, and then put him in. I'm trying to think. He was like set up like a DOS, and then went to the mount. I can't remember exactly how it happened. Klongwa went out because I don't think he knew what was going on. He couldn't register what was happening, the way the choke was being set up, and how deep it was, and it was too late. I don't think he just didn't tap. I just don't think he was fully aware cognitively of what was going on.
Yeah,
it's just like an inexperience level.
Yeah,
and you know, and we've spoken about his brother before, and it's not a reflection on their camps. They just have this attitude that, you know, fuck the ground game, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah.
You're gonna fight.
Keep happening.
Exactly. You're going to fight overseas-based fighters, and the craziest thing is like European wrestling in MMA is becoming crazy. I remember sitting with Warren watching in the fight of Connie versus Kayla.
Yeah.
And Connie, the Swedish girl, was completely out wrestling the American girl, which seems so strange. You know what I mean? Like it, and that's what's happening, especially in All Stars camp and that. The dudes are high level. I mean, think about the training partners: Elia Latifi, Alex Gustafsson, Jimmy Manua. You know what I mean?
Unfortunately, not going to get that same kind of training partners.
You're just not.
Out of your camp.
Imagine like wrestling with Elia Latifi on a Monday morning. Like it's fucking you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know. But look, I want to see. I like him as Wandile Klongwa. I think he got a bit of a raw deal here. I want to see him earning money and doing well. But
we got Brave coming out here in December.
Yeah.
And on that note, you get the feeling like, especially the guys who've got an opportunity to fight again, they've kind of been sailed down the river with their opponents. You know, they're getting these. Of
course, in the Bella, we said the same thing. Whether they agree, him and his camp agree with us or not, you can't take a dude who's 1-0 against a guy who's like 25-0 in his hometown and also a fucking ex-murderer. You know what I mean?
Do they have individual managers here in South Africa managing their fights for Brave, or is there someone here handling all of our South African fighters for Brave?
That's what I understand. There's one Mampara here, obviously setting the dream and getting these fights.
Well, we've seen it
approved.
happen how many times now? That's the problem.
Well, Steven Gonzalez, he got the same deal.
Happened to Paul Dimitri as well. It happened to Nkosi now. Snakebone. I mean,
and look, bro,
it seems like a trend.
And look, bro, it's MMA at the end of the day. You can't ask for easy fights and stuff, but I mean, if you wanna sign up prospects and build them up, that's not how you do it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't join like Wade Kerspay doesn't join the EFC and gets fucking Zulu Boy on his first fight.
No,
because that's just a waste of time. You know what I mean? It's not how it works. So I don't know. Hopefully they
BK first.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. hopefully they sort that shit out.
Do they have a venue for Durban?
I would assume Sibaya. That's what I'm guessing. I did hear that Suncoast has now built a new arena as well. That apparently is pretty legit.
Outside.
Yeah, that's apparently cool. That's pretty legit. So maybe it's that. I don't know. We wait to see. We wait to see. Look, I want to see Brave come here and do well. To be honest, like I know some people have this misconception that I'm like used because I was doing a lot of stuff with Brave and then stopped. There's reasons for that because I just didn't agree with what was going on.
I think
but I'm
get
not. I don't hate them. I want them to come here and do well. But you can't come here and like say to the EFC, "Fuck you, we're taking over. We're taking all the fighters," and then not coming back for a year.
Yeah.
Like screw over a pile of fighters and just screw over the
Well,
fans.
we haven't
as well.
seen a whole bunch of the fighters on that card fight since that thing,
Exactly.
since that event.
And if you're going to sign guys on and use them once a year when you come to South Africa, fuck, come on, dude.
Yeah,
Do us a favor.
I think
So-
I think
I don't know.
stoked to see them back. I think things to do better this time is don't put it on the same night as EFC,
Yeah, for sure, don't.
and potentially just get some better people here to handle the
Everything.
production and setup here.
Yeah.
Because I know there were issues. Obviously, I work with photos, so I heard issues with photographers.
Sleeping
Like-
in their cars,
Yeah,
doing all sorts of weird shit.
not
But look,
getting
like
paid.
again, and this is the sad part. Like we know that's actually not Brave, but it's the South African counterpart
Yeah.
that's doing all of
It
that.
was the people managing Brave here in South Africa
Yeah.
that screwed that up.
That's the problem.
Has
And
there been any word about them signing more South African fighters?
it seems like they will obviously look for more guys. I mean, they've got quite a list now if you think about it, dude.
Yeah,
So I believe there's still rumors of Chad possibly fighting for them again. They'll have Danshil Moodley, Stephen Gonzalez, Mzwandile Hlongwa,
Gareth Bieski.
maybe Gareth Bursky, Dimitri. So there's a growing list of guys that are with the organization. So pick up a couple of guys, local talent that are like out of contract or not really getting any fights, and they can negotiate it better this time with the EFC.
Yeah.
I think that's the key, is just to cool, like say to the EFC, okay, cool, we've got plans to use fighter XYZ in December. Is that cool with you guys, or would you prefer not to?
Yeah,
If they say no, then
co-promote.
just leave it. You know what I'm
Co-promote
saying?
the events,
Exactly.
kind of build it together. The more
Exactly.
pro promotions we have in South Africa, I think the better for everybody else. So
Exactly.
I think it would be even cool if even in the future be able to have like a fight week, have EFC one weekend and Brave the next.
Yeah.
It'd be super cool.
That'd be cool. I mean, I love the whole idea of the fight week. I thought to come to South Africa and put on a prolific show from Monday to Saturday was a tall order for a start.
Yeah.
That's just being realistic. Because like
And
kickboxing
Sun
tournaments and
City.
yeah, but like start on a Wednesday, Thursday, amateur promotion on a Friday, Saturday. That's power. That's a super cool setup, especially for South African market. If it's in one place and it's happening every day, let's not have 1,000 events. You know what I mean? Let's not promise the world. Let's say Wednesday, cool. We're gonna get Submission Quest in here. They're gonna do like a full comp and then like a quintet kind of thing
Yeah.
at the end, and
Some
then
super
we're gonna
fights,
have
yeah.
also like an invitational between the best brown belts in the country,
Yeah.
because the black belts are not gonna do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like cool things like that. And then on the Thursday, I don't fucking know, bro. Do whatever, you know. Do like
you could host an amateur tournament.
yeah, but then I'm saying like
do
the
like
Friday night, do
two.
like Alpha or well, I mean, I say Fight Star, but they're not really around. We have
Yeah.
MFC if it's in Durban. You're like MFC on the Friday night, and then Saturday.
You
Brave.
could do it like get the amateur champions to fight the MFC champions, and then
yeah
make
yeah.
it really exciting
There's
for everyone.
options, dude. There's so much potential there. You know what I'm saying? Like I just hope that Brave doesn't come and leave with the bloody nose again.
Yeah.
That's what I hope, because realistically, that's what happened. They came in like a wrecking ball and left with a bloody nose and two blue eyes and their tail between their legs. You know, that's realistic. There were 5 people in that arena. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
4 of them were staff. You know, so it wasn't great for anybody. It wasn't great for them. It wasn't great for the fighters. It was pathetic for the fans, because they're the ones who got fucked at the end of the day. How they ended up in Sun City still amazes me to this day.
Yeah,
But anyway,
they made them taking a serious knock off that event.
yeah.
Jeez.
But you know, like we Brave is a pretty cool organization. You know, what I
Yeah,
mean?
they
They're
travel.
a big organization. I mean, they do this all over the world. So why is it freaking out here? That's what you have to ask yourself. How is that happening? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When you're coming to a pretty good MMA nation, where the EFC's been running successfully for years, how are someone as big as Brave with the sort of capital and influence in MMA that they have not able to fill up an arena, not even put a couple of hundred people?
Poor
That's what
South
you got to
African
ask yourself.
management.
Exactly. That's what you got to ask yourself.
Unfortunately.
You know,
Yeah.
so hopefully for the fans' sake, we get to see a good Brave production, and for Brave's sake as well, they get to come and say, listen, that's not who we are. this is who we really are, and this is what we're really about. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For them as well. You know what I mean? Like we don't want to see. We want more promotions around, and if it's going to benefit our fighters, especially, we want to see them do well.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Well, like you said,
just hope.
I think they should get on good terms with EFC, and they can work together on this thing.
Yeah, or just
Lend some
or
fighters.
just plan
at
things
minimum.
properly, bro.
Yeah.
That's it, you know. I mean, I think if you spoke to the EFC, especially at this moment in time, and said, listen, like, okay, we can see this fighter's been inactive, XY fighter's been inactive, we're going to pay them this, you know. Is that cool? Sweet. You know, I don't think, look, I don't know. It depends. I mean, if I was the EFC now, I'd be like, yeah, I don't know if I'm so keen. But you know what I mean? Like,
we've seen the EFC work with other promotions before with fighters. Like Krickus fights at KSW and he's
exactly.
now going to fight at EFC.
Sure.
You know, he's able to fight at both promotions with no issues. Like, why can't it happen?
Especially if you don't have plans for those fighters.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. You know what I mean?
Well, there are. There's lots of guys sitting dormant right now who wait because they could do a good fight.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. A couple of people down in Durbs, me. Hello.
Yeah, well,
Pick
the altitude's serious. If you get an opportunity to fight somewhere at the coast
Yeah.
and you've been without a fight, do it.
Cat's pulling
Yeah.
in as usual. Let's come and see what's happening. Yeah, dude. So I'm hopeful that it's going to be a better showing. You know what I mean? Like even for me, like a media perspective, like I'd love for us to be there. You know what I mean?
Be sick.
Working
Love
the
to be a
show.
Brave.
You know what I mean? It'd be rad. But I'm also not going to like cough out money and pull logistics together for like the wrong people. You know what I mean? Because that's going to irritate me. You know, if everything's like if they want us there and they're going to like make an effort with us, cool, we'll be there. But if not, like I'm not going to go out of my way. Especially because of the way the South African counterparts have like really dealt with us, like cut us out of the media, just like blacklisted us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm like, that's cool, bro.
But
You know
what
what I mean? Like,
the-
how's
yeah.
that going to affect me? You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of
At
the
the end of
day,
the day,
you
though.
coming here with zero media coverage locally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, how is it benefiting you? Like, because it wasn't only me. I'm not saying I am the media. I'm saying everybody just got blackballed. No invitation, nothing, dude. You know, so.
Actually, yeah, and that we said it before, that whole event screwed up, like for a lot of people, guys, because they had to use the cage for the amateur event.
Yeah.
Cage arrived late. Dudes couldn't fight. Some people went home.
Yeah.
Other guys had to fight at like 9 in the morning on Saturday morning. Much that must suck. You're ready to fight Friday night. Now you have to go to bed and wake up pretty early because you got to warm up and get ready. Not that you would have slept very well. And now fight.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But like all of that stuff was just chaos. Like I said, like we stopped getting press releases. They just completely just like said, "Cool, you're out of here." Like, cool.
And now after
'Cause you
that,
disagreed
do
with
you
it.
get?
I still
Yes,
don't.
right.
So I've made contact again. They've put me in touch with someone else, but I still haven't heard anything back. You know, so we'll see.
And there hasn't been much in the way of marketing about it yet either.
Yeah, it's just been announced, and that's it. Nothing else has happened. And I mean, where are we now? October.
Even then, like you still see tons of posts and stuff about EFC coming up in
Yeah.
December. We've seen one little banner, Braves
Yeah.
coming to Durban. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, and it's October.
Yeah, don't want to slap that card together too late. We're gonna end up seeing the same fights from last year. Watch.
Yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm pretty hopeful that it's gonna work out this time, or push it out to a later date.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, this is my thing. Obviously, I mean, we know, and I think it's gonna evidently come clear that the person involved there has got a vendetta. You know what I'm saying? January, February, March, there's no EFC. So why would you not put on an event at that time? Surely that makes sense to you. You know what I mean? You want to come to South Africa, you want to come in December when people are shutting down businesses, going on holiday, you know, that sort of thing, you're in functions, there's a lot happening. In a thin market, spread that out. When you could literally come in the beginning of February when there's no MMA happening in the country. Surely that makes more sense.
Yeah, you'll have a huge pool of fighters to pick from because there's no one getting ready for fights.
Exactly.
Because EFC's only going to be end of March anyway. So.
Exactly. Like, that's what I was like, why? I'm like,
Yeah, I
there's
think-
3 months out of the year where there's zero MMA happening. Why would you not do it in that time? But I don't know, man. They're obviously speaking to the wrong people. You know, they know where to call now when they want to get the real info.
Hit Big L up if you want someone to organize your events.
Look, I'm not going to organize your event, but I can tell you on a good date as opposed to December. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But yeah,
And we can. We've got some decent matchmaking skills. Apparently, your cat's ripping my headphones.
yeah.
off.
Sorry, the cat. I think the cat's been on the cannabis oil as well.
He's on that special stuff
Yeah.
he took last time.
Yeah, he's lost his mind.
But
The
yeah.
joys of home podcasting.
Any future matchups for our next DFC?
Dude, so this is what I want to do. What I want to thrash around. So if you go to the fight card, they've got obviously Drickus versus Lazar. So I just dig to maybe throw out a couple of fights we dig to see in December. So we've got Duplessis versus Lazar is obviously going to headline. There's a bit of talk about Amanda Lino versus Manon. Obviously going to be a co-main fight. I see a potential. Sorry, the cat's gone wild. I wouldn't mind seeing Jake Hadley, Lutando Biko, third title fight on that card.
triple title fights are called.
Tresor versus Siabi if that happens. And there was talk about someone. Who was
It was a lightweight title fight, I think, as well.
a lightweight title fight? No. Maybe, I don't know. Oh, they were talking about Dino Bagatine getting back in there with someone. But, dude, I don't want to see Dino versus PD. Forget that shit.
No, I think. Yeah, I think once you've, it's not like the fight got going and we got to see some action before that happened.
Yeah, I'm okay
We
with that
immediately saw him decide. Nah, I
Yeah,
don't want.
I'm
I don't want to
cool.
catch these hands.
fight. Sorry, I
Go
mean,
hit this side.
I
I
mean-
don't want to catch these hands, please.
yeah, dude, I don't want to see that.
No.
I definitely don't want to see that.
Plus, we want
I want to
We
see
want
movement.
Dino
I
we
want
want-
to see number one contenders. I want to see guys on the rise. I want to see a decked out
Get
prelims
us-
card.
Saxon on that card.
Yeah, I want to see Saxon. I want to see Laney
Saxon
Lunga. I want to
Aniset's not a
see
bad one to do.
Aniset. I want to see Tresor. I want to see Sean DeLange maybe even.
It's a good.
But they're talking about
Good
Sean
double
DeLange, Temba Garimba is the next. So I don't think we'll see that this year. That'll be maybe
Next year.
early next year. Yeah, you know, there's who else? Who else do we want to see? I don't want
I'd
to
love
leave
to see
anybody off.
Bumley back in
Yeah,
there.
I'd love to
He's
see.
been dying
Bumley.
for fights as
Yeah.
well.
That'd be sick.
I
Against
think-
like one of the TF2, maybe.
The TF2 fighters,
ladies.
yeah. I reckon, yeah, those fighters you chucked out there, put together Saxon versus Aniset too. I think that fight
I
ended
really
a little
like
bit
that
too
fight.
fast the last time for anyone to really make a
Yeah.
decision as to what happened. I know Simon was
Yeah, I
calling
want
out.
to see
who was
Zach,
it?
but that's Simon Biong, bro. Let's
Not a
see
bad
that
fight.
shit. But I mean, like, we're just gonna have title fights. Oh god, it's gonna be title fights.
Let's just do 8 title fights.
Yeah, let's just do all the.
I don't even know if
titles.
there's that many divisions. but
let's
let's
just
do all of the
How
divisions.
many titles are there? Let's do all of them.
Yeah, check at that. There's no more double division champions. Amanda.
Yeah,
She can
man.
fight herself for both titles.
Just shadow box for 5 minutes.
Iga wouldn't be bad.
Yeah, but Iga's.
Not
I
gonna
don't think
happen.
that's happening. Yeah.
That's
We're not
sad.
going to see him for a little bit.
Yeah, I think there's
else?
definitely some good matchups to make for that for that
I
card
would
though.
love to see Stuart Austin versus Simon Biong.
Again, I don't know if we're gonna see that one happen.
Yeah. Oh, we could see Soldier Boy making a little quick comeback.
I reckon Warren was talking about Soldier Boy versus Jacoby. Make the fight that we never got to see back in the day.
Oh, Scrat, really? My headphones now. Come on, bro.
Make that fight happen. We never got to see
That's
it.
a cracking fight. I think it's a great fight for both guys. That
Yeah, I
one's
mean-
for free again, Graham.
Yeah, this is that's for free Graham section of the podcast.
Yeah,
We'll be
Rayo
bringing it.
Sanchez. I wouldn't mind seeing him back in there.
Robert Swanepoel versus Pupanga Tresor.
yeah. Swanepoel versus Tresor. And we'll get the CSI involved.
That's when
Shout out to Rob Swanepoel. At least he's got a new gym now. He's just got a stripe. I saw.
not training Planet Fitness. anymore.
No, he's left Planet Fitness. Or he's still at Planet Fitness, but not
I
there
think
full-time.
if that fight gets lined up, go to the
Let's
people
see-
who did
let's
Carl
see.
Eleanor's brain scans, get some of that action and get pulled. Don't
Let's
get to
see-
the cage.
Let's see 9mm versus Armand Skippers, buddy.
First, I think Armand has to get to the scale.
Whew. Shots
Unfortunately.
fired. Shots
No,
fired.
just
Shots fired.
I'm saying there's 2 fights over the weekend. Your first fight's the one against the scale. Your second fight's whoever
Listen,
sees you
boy,
in the
like
cage.
I said to Amanda Lena, I'm in no position to be making fat jokes.
No, I'm not making fat. I'm just saying he's had a problem with it in the past. What about all the Elaine over here? We haven't seen him in
have to
action
see Elaine
way
in action,
too long.
dude. Just give him the title and let him fight whoever that
He's
is.
ranked at welterweight and lightweight, isn't he?
Yeah.
Or if he had fought.
So I think he should be focusing on lightweight, in my opinion, personally. Trezor is his teammate who's going to make a run at the title now, obviously. Let Elaine go to... They need to make a decision at lightweight. You see, the EFC is like... And I was kind of saying this, like, there's a lot of guys that are going to take advantage of the EFC situation.
Yeah. They're just
So,
competing at
you know,
whatever
and
weight
also,
they're
like, if they
comfortable.
can't afford to bring Joe Cummins back out, that's not Joe's problem. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
it's not his
saying? So
fault.
it's like, well, what do I do now? You know what I mean? I don't just give up my title, but I'd love to see Joe Cummins, because Joe Cummins hit out Timber straight after he won.
Yeah.
He's like, he wants a rematch back kind of thing.
Yeah, I think we were
But I
getting WhatsApp messages
Yeah.
at the press
And Timber just
conference.
does it. He's like, I already beat this guy. Like, what are you talking about? Which is the right answer. So why are you not... If you're Joe Cummins and you want to come back out and you want to fight the best guy here, why are you not mentioning Elaine Ilunga?
Yeah. Fight. Yeah. Because I'd be scared of fighting.
But
him,
everybody
like,
is.
yeah.
They're dancing around the topic. You know what I'm saying? So either, if I'm the EFC, I'm saying, listen, bro, to Joe Cummins, the fight is Elaine Ilunga. That's it. If you don't want it, give us the belt.
What is Elaine's win streak? I think
It's
he's
like
running something
12
crazy at this
maybe,
point.
bro.
12. Not quite, but it is. It's insane. I think it's that 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. Jeez, like
7-fight win streak. I don't think you've ever seen a win streak that long.
yo.
Who was his last loss? Was it Demart?
I think it was. Yeah, shame he went on that fairly unfortunate
Yeah, after Demart.
losing streak, but then picked it back up and just ran through everybody. Apparently,
Yeah,
he got highlight reel knockout against BB.
Ninaba. And
He beat what? What is Anisette? Number 2 ranked at the moment.
Yeah, dude, and that was like,
Beat number 2.
yeah, that was quite a tough fight, in fact.
Wait.
Lucas Ridovic was a beast, bro.
Yeah, he was unit that guy. Jeez.
Yeah, hormone monster, boy.
I think what they could also. I mean, the guys mostly won at lightweight. I don't know how fast as I could heal up, but you could do Elena Lunga versus Luke Michael at lightweight.
You could.
Why
Be
not?
interesting. Be hell of interesting.
That
I
that
don't-
kind of fight you would.
I don't
against-
see Luke jumping at that contract, if I'm honest.
But yeah, if you beat Elena, it takes you straight to the top of whatever division you beat him in.
Yeah, in the
straight
world.
away.
In the world.
Like yeah, he's pretty high up. He's probably the best guy in the
Yeah, that
organization
must
not
be
to hold the title.
That must be the longest streak in EFC history. Or
Currently.
Okay, no. Yeah, currently. Okay, I suppose like the Mart went longer.
Costa, I think, went 10-0.
Yeah. So not, but definitely at the moment that there's nobody with a streak like that.
Yeah, Costa went 10-0, and then
For sure. Can we
had to
please,
meet
can
Magic Man.
we please see Elena Lunga?
Against anybody.
Yeah,
At this point, anybody.
whoever. Fuck.
Regis. Hey, what about Regis? Put
Yeah.
Regis in there as well.
My man.
Like Regis.
Anyways, dude, I think that's it.
Oh,
Been a fun time.
yeah, it's difficult being this side of the camera. Jeez. I have no stress over that. I can watch my R. Kelly videos.
Yeah, thank God we got no R.
I
Kelly
can
videos.
do my Googling. I could put some messages up here on the screen. No one can see.
Yeah, you can't type stuff for yourself to laugh at now. You're just gonna fuck yourself over.
But yeah. How long do we have to wait until this event?
UFC
So it
83.
feels too long.
It's December, bro. It's so long away.
But they have the opportunity to go out with an absolute bang for the end of the year.
well, look,
They should chuck everything at the
Yeah.
show.
all
They've
or
already
nothing.
got Lazar at Duplessis. Put all
Just
of the
go for it. Go
all
for
the
gold. Go
chips
for
in
gold.
one.
100%. I agree with you. Just fucking. Let's just do everything.
Yeah.
Let's make 20 fights.
They're in a difficult
Let's have
position. If
pre-
they're in a difficult position, put everything on this fight.
Yeah.
at
Roll of
this
the
fight.
dice, bro. Let's
Go.
have pre-prelims, 3 pre-prelims, 5 prelims, and 5 main card fights. Let's just fucking do it. I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm game.
And like I think EFC's been in, obviously when they started out, like it's tough money wise to put that show on. I think that at one point in the early numbers they were also doing badly, and they put all their money into McClellan versus Smith, and look how that paid off.
Damn straight.
So do the same thing.
That one's for free, Graham.
Give us a sick card for December, please.
I think they're going to though. I think
sure
that's
it
a
will.
consensus. It's gonna be a banger. So we've given
Yeah.
up like a couple events this year. So hopefully that gives him the ability. Hopefully
Holds
Drickus
something
hasn't
promising.
charged all the money. Because listen,
Yeah, that's not gonna be cheap. Man.
that double triple champ doesn't come cheap, boy.
Yeah, I wonder what the price is on each of those belts. Like, listen, I'm 3 double division, 2 promotion champ.
Yeah,
That'll be R1 million
Yeah.
per belt.
that'll be $1 million.
That's
But I'm glad that's happening, man.
yeah, it's a
I'm
good
super
fight
glad
as
that's
well.
happening. Yeah, fuck, it's gonna be
We were chatting about it. Like, Lazar's got nothing to lose. There he goes. He went out. Same thing with Soldier Boy. He's got
All or
nothing to
nothing,
lose.
dude.
Go out there and imagine he knocks out the pound for pound biggest in the EFC. Be insane. I'm not saying that's gonna happen.
No, but
Duplessis
just the
is
shockwaves,
another level.
yeah. Dricus
Yeah.
looked insane in his last fight. Also, whole new level.
His I think his athleticism is next to none in this country. I don't think
Yeah,
you're gonna find anyone more
he's a
athletic than that
freak.
guy.
Freak. Cool.
Yeah, sweet, awesome,
Well,
man.
hopefully next week we'll have some fights to talk about. Come
Yeah.
on, baby.
When you start boxing again?
How's March for you?
Hey,
They're talking about.
notorious Nick Newell does it with one arm. You can do it too.
Fair enough. Notorious Nick Newell doesn't have torn labrum in his shoulder, though.
Yeah, he doesn't have a hand.
Yeah, fair enough. I
Yeah,
got nothing.
awesome.
Cool, guys. Shot. Thanks for joining us. Warren, again, you can stay. Rourke's handling himself.
I've taken
here.
your job.
Yeah.
We'll have to grapple for it.
Yeah, smell you later.
I got your number. Bring it.
Cool, guys. We'll chat to you soon.
Sweet.
Peace.